And I pray that our city officials will be stern and say, listen, man, we will not tolerate killing of innocent people. We're not going to tolerate it. Not in this city.
After 3 of 4 teens accused of murdering a beloved grandmother struck a plea deal.
A local actor and author who has something in common with the teens wants his message heard loud and clear.
WDSU investigative reporter Aubrey Killian live in studio. Aubrey, the man you spoke with really didn't hold back.
Travers, that's right. He had a lot to say. So the teens are charged as adults. 3 pled guilty to attempted manslaughter and got 20 years. The man I spoke with killed someone when he was a teen. And by telling his story, he hopes change will happen.
I was on cocaine and heroin at 14.
That's how old Amir Baraka was when he says he killed someone. He says not long after, he was arrested for manslaughter, charged as a juvenile, and spent about a year in jail.
That person also had a weapon, right? We were firing at each other. That person was killed. That was wrong. That was completely wrong. I take responsibility for that. But on the flip side of that coin, this woman was an innocent lady.
Baraka is referring to the murder of Linda Fricky. She was carjacked and dragged to her death in Mid-City last March. What do you want any teen in New Orleans that may be thinking about committing a crime to know?
We go to school and we get educated. That's what I tell my family. And that's what every person should tell their children. These 3 children will be grown adults when they see the streets again. You gotta send a message out. We have to have law and order in this country, particularly when it comes down to killing folks.
The 3 teen girls linked to the killing, Bernaya Baker, Lanira Theophile, and Markel Curtis, sobbed in court this week. They are all charged as adults.
I want a billboard on Claiborne Street, right? And say they got 20 years for carjacking and killing someone. 20 years.
I took Baraka's suggestion straight to the mayor.
Whether it's billboards, messaging, but simple messaging where the average anybody could understand, I think it can go a long way. We don't have anything to lose.
If you could speak directly to parents in New Orleans right now to prevent this from happening, what would you say?
I would tell parents, you have to be aware of your children's friends. It's very important. If you need to move out some of these communities where it's crime written, move. Get that kid a mentor, you know, and put some rules and guidelines down. You got to be inside at 8 o'clock. I know coming inside at 12 o'clock and you 12, 13 years old.
And Linda Fricky's family won't see her this Thanksgiving or Christmas. Linda's birthday is today. She would have turned 75.
Anybody in their right minds who talk about, well, I don't want those children in jail. Do you have a mother?
And Baraka wants teens to know that he turned his life around. He's now a successful and working actor and author.
I want out of this ghetto. I want out of this hood. And I got to do it the right way. Dope ain't going to get me out. Killing somebody ain't going to get me out. Stealing ain't going to get me out. I got to do it the way that the system say I have to do it. Work for it.
So the 4th suspect, John Honore, he faces a murder charge. He's back in court on Monday. He could face life and be eligible for parole after 25 years. Back to you.